The world's first American Pope. On this historic night, WRAL has team coverage of Pope Leo XIV. Cardinal Robert Prevost was selected as the 267th pontiff. The 69-year-old Chicago native made his debut with the words, "This is the first greeting of the risen Christ. May peace be with you." Looking ahead tonight, the newly selected pontiff will have several events coming up. The biggest will be Mass at the Sistine Chapel tomorrow. We begin our coverage with WRAL's Haynes, who talked with local Catholics about the excitement and expectation for the new Pope. Carly?
And Gerald, we went to different masses today, and the reaction was all the same. Pure joy, smiles on people's faces, and the emotion that was over at St. Peter's Square was felt right here in the Triangle.
There's a mass at this church every day. Today's felt different.
It's just overwhelming joy, and you talk to anyone, they have that like that joy and that excitement for the future.
On the balcony of St. Peter's Basilica, a new era of the papacy emerges. Pope Leo XIV, his name announced in Rome, then repeated through prayer in Raleigh.
There's a part in the Mass where we pray for the Pope. So since our previous Pope passed away, we haven't been able to pray for our Pope. So just the fact that we were able to pray for Pope Leo by name in this Mass for the very first time was just so exciting for all of us.
The global figure binds backgrounds.
We feel so happy. We're glad we have new Pope, and we pray to the Lord with everything coming better for us.
For Father Juan Manuel of Sacred Heart Church, it's a beacon of hope. He says the Pope is presenting religion to the whole world, not just Catholics, so the whole world can have peace, no matter what they're going through. When the white smoke rose, few could have anticipated it would be an American. Bishop Luis Arama of the Catholic Diocese of Raleigh eagerly awaits how he'll guide the church forward.
It's the surprise. It's the surprise how he will bring the gospel in the way that the gospel needs to be presented today.
Faith for the future.
And so many of the people who we spoke with today thought we'd be speaking with them tomorrow as opposed to today, with that election happening just so quickly on the second day of the conclave. Carly Haynes, WRAL News, live in Raleigh.
Back here in the WRAL Live Center, where we're getting a look at what's in store for Pope Leo in the first few days as pontiff. Here's a look at his schedule. Starting at 5 a.m. our time tomorrow morning, he's going to be leading Mass in the Sistine Chapel. So he is doing that with less than 24 hours after being elected Pope. And then Sunday morning, he's going to appear on the balcony there at St. Peter's Basilica, visible from St. Peter's Square, where he's going to lead a prayer. And then Monday morning, he will be meeting with journalists in the Vatican. Also new tonight, the NBC station in Chicago has published this picture. This is Robert Prevost as an 8th grade student at St. Mary's Catholic School in Chicago.
Wow, I don't know if he'd like us showing that picture. Wow. Okay, so it's not just Catholics excited about the news. I interviewed the dean of Duke's Divinity School, who's Methodist and met Pope Francis twice, and he told me he is looking forward to meeting the new Pope in the coming months. Well, I want to show you here Edgardo Colon Emmerich. He met the late Pope in his role with an organization that seeks to build ties between the Methodist Church and the Roman Catholic Church. He is thrilled an American Pope can now bring a fresh perspective. And while we don't know how Leo XIV will lead, Colon Emmerich told me the new Pope's experience ministering in Peru and other parts of the world provides some clues.
He understands, therefore, the experience of the migrant, of being an immigrant, of being a person living in a multiplicity of cultures, and of digging roots in those cultures and loving those cultures, and yet also remaining rooted in one's own historical and birth origins.
Colon Emmerich and other theologians we talked to today also pointed to the name itself, Leo. Leo XIII is considered the first pope to promote social justice teachings, which could be the path that Leo XIV takes. From Rome to Raleigh, we heard from the new pope and are learning more about who he is. Get to know the man who will lead the Catholic Church and how people worldwide are reacting. We'll have much more at 10:30 in this newscast and on WRAL.com.